Chat, what's going on? How y'all doing this beautiful morning? I hope everybody's feeling good. We are back to regularly scheduling programming, um, Master Key program. Let's get involved. Shout out to everybody who's been logged in. Um, the Matrix, guys, we are online, man. It feels good to be finally seeing things for what they are, right? It feels good to finally get to you know see a lot of things for what they are in this system that we're living in this matrix, man. And we're starting to notice so much, right? We're starting to see so much take place. Shout out to the collective. And yeah, we online, man. How y'all been, man? Been a couple days since we met up. I was gonna come yesterday. Y'all know Saturdays and Sundays you might not see me, right? But Monday I was gonna come online. But we had a tornado, right? Where I live at. So that had the schedule all wacky. I had to attend to the fam and shit like that and make sure everything was everything. But I'm here now. So what's good with y'all, man? How y'all feeling? How's everybody's going? How's it goes? How you doing, man? What's new? What's new, chat? Today we're gonna be running down over the three types of souls in the Matrix, and we're gonna run down on the ten laws, man, the 10 laws to navigate in this Matrix, properly. All right, so yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on today, and it's gonna be a good day. We're gonna be tapped in, man. So I'm glad to see y'all, man. Thank you so much for showing up, and yeah. How many of y'all, man, have been using this information, man? 111s in the chat to those who have been actively using this information in their life, right? So the schedule for the day, all right, schedule for the day. We tapped in this morning. We will tap in with the NPC talk at 12:30, 1 o'clock. We'll be tapped in with the NPC talk, or two at the latest. And yeah, man, after that, we're gonna jump into we might say the NPC talk for later tonight. We'll jump into creating experience, or vice versa, right? But we're gonna run this Master Key program all the way through the mud today, man. Shout out to everybody who's online, everybody who's seeing through the matrix, everybody who's up, man. Yo, ever since you started to thank you so much for the gifts, chat. Ever since you started to see through this matrix, man, what have you noticed about it? Have you noticed the the patterns? Have you noticed uh just you can see it, the synchronicities. Um yeah, man. And you know what makes it more powerful? Right? 111's in the chat if you understand you're in the matrix. Thank you so much, Jay Truth Teller. I appreciate you. Shout out for all that love, brother. Thank you. Right? 111's in the chat. Manifesting seems instant now. Right. All right, so yeah, we're seeing this matrix, bro. When you come online in this shit and you see the graphics, you start understanding. Okay, yeah, I'm in the matrix. But a hack hit with a fucking another soul, bro. If you are dealing with an NPC, fall back, find you another soul consciousness to link with, man. That shit right there, when two consciousness come together, you can do amazing things, guys. And I'm gonna be real with you, right? A lot of people have had success as groups and consciousness because it's three consciousness, man. And when y'all all set the same intentions, let's say if you got a husband and wife, right? And you all set the same intentions, bro. Shit take off even that much faster, right? So make sure you find you a consciousness, right? Give me 1 second, chop. We in here though, man. We tapped all the way in, man. So let's get going. All right, let's tap in. So yeah, man, shout out to the collective. I'm glad everybody's in here, man. If this your first time, go ahead and write new in the chat. If you've been here for a while, 111's in the chat. We do run this Master Key program often. Let's get Brittany in here, man. Y'all know Brittany got some shit to say. She wanna say something. Let's get Brittany in here, man. Yo, Grand Rising, Brittany. I'm sitting here with the TikTok chat. I'm sitting here with the YouTube chat. And we about to run this Master Key program. Of course, if we got new people in here, go ahead and give them something to the new folks. And, everybody, the OGs, and tap in. We about to run this Master Key program. We're going to tap in with these 10 laws, 10 rules of navigating the matrix, also the three types of souls and stuff like that. So anything you want to say, tap in. All right, so yeah, chat. Shout out to everybody who's seeing through this matrix and coming out for the first time. We are in a coded system, a simulation. Why are we here though? What is the simulation about? Right? What is the simulation about, chat? Right? This shit is about self-mastery. It's about ascension. It's about learning. And so we're gonna tap into that, man. We're gonna tap into that for sure. We definitely gonna tap into that for sure. Let's see what Brittany's talking about.
And rising to everybody tapped in right now. TikTok family, YouTube family, new souls and the OGs. If you found yourself here, understand this isn't random. You aligned with this frequency for a reason. To the new people, just observe. Don't rush to label anything. Don't rush to believe or disbelieve. Just watch the patterns. Everything we're talking about, the 10 rules, the laws, the different soul types, it's all about awareness. Once you see, you can't unsee. That's when the game starts to change. To the OGs, you already know what time it is. This is about sharpening the awareness, not just hearing it, applying it, moving like a control player in real time, staying disciplined with your thoughts, your actions, your energy. Because at this level, it's not about waking up. It's about staying awake. Right now, we're about Run the Master Key program. This is where you lock in. This is where you start seeing through the layers, understanding the rules that govern the system, recognizing the different types of souls and how they move, learning how to operate instead of react. Remember this, most people are reacting to the environment. Control players influence it. So while we go through this, don't just listen, feel where it applies in your life. That's where the real shift happens. Tap in, stay present, and let's run it.
Hey, what's up, Constantina? Constantina. We in here, man. Yo, so yo, chat. Listen, I'm gonna say this, man. If you got an issue with how I do shit, get the fuck out. If you in here trolling, I'm harnessing your energy. If you don't like AI, get the fuck out. If you don't like niggas, get the fuck out. If you don't like what I talk about, get the fuck out. All right. That's what we doing. All right. I'm gonna do whatever. If I want to stand up and scratch my sack in front of y'all, I'm gonna do it. All right. Get the fuck out of here. If you don't like me, it's too early in the morning. All right. So let's tap out. Right, yo. And if you in here trolling me, I'm harnessing your energy, bro. If you in here trying to disrupt, I'm letting you know I'm siphoning your energy. All right. That's the type of games I like to play. All right. So when I ain't saying shit and you typing all that weird shit, just know I'm siphoning your energy, my nigga. I'm putting it out there so you can see it. It's on you now. All right, so let's tap in, yo. And to everybody who's putting out that good energy, best believe I'm reciprocating that back. I'm sending that back to you. All right, so we reciprocating the good energy and we siphoning and transmuting all the other shit. All right, so chat, let's get into this thing, man. I appreciate everybody who's in here. If you found this live for the first time, it is not by chance. You are attuned to a frequency, guys. We're starting to understand everything in this life is frequency based. Frequency dictates your reality. Why I am popping up on your For You page, it is not a coincidence. You've probably already started questioning reality, or you've been questioning reality for a long time. You've been hip that reality is a simulation. right? You've seen the matrix. You understand the programming. You're seeing a lot of things, right? And so this is why you tapped in. You know, we are a collective. We are entangled. All right. This is why you've been able to find this live for the first time for those who are really locked in with me. So, guys, you know, like I said, man, I was gone yesterday and a couple days before that. You know, the weekends I get my rest. I'm usually here Monday morning, first thing in the morning, but we had a tornado. So now we here. It's Tuesday and we hit back like we never left. So let's lock in, man. Yo, what is the Matrix? What is this? Right? First off, 111's in the chat if you understand that we live in the matrix. 111 in the chat right now if you understand that this life is not what you was taught. All right? Right? 111's in the chat. Shout out to everybody dropping them 111s. So, guys, what is the matrix? First off, the first thing you got to know about the matrix is how it operates. Yes, this is a simulation, but how does this matrix work? Right? First thing you got to know about this matrix is that you are generating reality. You are rendering reality from your mind. All right, this is a mind game. All right, guys, you ever heard the term mind over matter? This is what the matrix is. And you're generating the matrix from your mind. Now, if we look at this observer effect, let's check this out. What is the observer effect? This is quantum physics, guys, quantum mechanics. This is not a conspiracy theory. All right, this has already been proven by mainstream science with an experiment called the double slit experiment. And what they did in this experiment is they found out that reality pops into place based on your observation. So let's pay attention to this. This is the first thing you got to understand about this matrix that you live in. Nothing is malleable. It is fluid. There's nothing set in stone. I know your mama taught you that this the real world. I know your daddy said this the real world, but this shit ain't as real as you think. Let's look at it, right? The observer effect. That's you right there, chosen one. The observer effect, the magic of your attention. First off, let's talk about attention. What is attention in this reality, chat? What you have to understand is your attention is magic. Your attention is currency. Your attention is the fuel of this simulation. How do we know that our attention is currency? Because whoever gets the most views gets what? Gets the money, right? Whoever gets the most streams, whoever the people are listening to the most gets the money. Whoever the people are watching the most gets the money. That's why you see so many people on the internet doing monkey ass shit trying to get your attention. That's why you see so many people constantly dropping music to be in your ears because your attention is the currency. If we decided, yo, you want to know how the NFL became a billion-dollar company, trillion-dollar company? Because we watched the NFL for years. You want to know how the NBA players got all this money? Because they fill seats and we watch them. You want to know how NBA YoungBoy just made 100 million? Because everybody went to his concert to watch him. All right, to listen to him. Attention is the currency in this reality. All right, you have to understand that everybody's fighting for your attention. Where your attention goes, energy flows. All right, so the observer effect, the magic of attention, right? Before observation, wave spread out over space and time. How do we observe in this matrix? Yes, all energy siphoning, chat. How do we observe in this matrix? We can see, smell, taste, hear, touch. That is how you observe. So, before observation, wave. What is a wave? We're not talking about wave. We're not talking about water, right? We're not talking about wavy gang. What is a wave? We're talking about particles, electrons, neutrons, sophrons, photons, atoms, molecules, right? Things that make up all physical matter in this simulation. Before observation, particles or wave spread out over space and time. So, before you observe, everything spreads out over space and time. Imagine, right? Imagine your room, right? Imagine your room and everything in it spreading out over space and time. That's hard to imagine, right? That's fucking insane, right? But before you observe things in the matrix, it is not in existence. It is just spread out over space and time. Your mind changes reality. Your mind changes reality. At the time of observation, particle localized space-time event. At the time of your observation, particles localize in space-time event. Meaning, when you observe or when you go looking for something, when you hear something, it's collapsing into reality. If you understand how this observer effect works, you can slide through this reality with so much ease and grace by just understanding this. And you can also start to control things in your reality. All right. So this is the first thing that you got to understand about the matrix, chosen. Right? The first thing that you got to understand about this matrix is that nothing is really solid. Nothing is really set in stone. This shit is malleable. It's like this. You see how this picture look? Everything spread out and just liquidy shit, right? This is literally the matrix, right? Before you see shit, it's popping. So you gotta understand, yo, real deal Holyfield facts. You're living in a in damn near a video game. You ever played the old video games? And as you go, the buildings pop up. As you drive down the road, the buildings pop up. You ever played the old GTA where when you're driving and the buildings is popping up as you go and shit? That is how your life is, bro. And when you attune to this, when you are aware of this situation, you can start to catch that shit in real time. This is real life, chat. This is quantum physics. It has been proven by experiments. This is not a conspiracy theory. The most smartest white man that you know is going to tell you this is a fact. All right. This is how your life operates. Okay. So let's tap in. Why are we here? What is this matrix? All right. We understand that this shit is like a video game, a simulation. What is it? All right. The next thing you got to understand, right? The next thing you got to understand, understand, and overstand about this matrix is the smartest motherfucker you know gonna tell you this. But the next thing you gotta know about this matrix, chosen one, is this. You are not really a human being. All right? We just realized we are in a simulation. Reality literally pops up as we go. You have to understand you are not this human body, right? You are the consciousness or the intelligence that is controlling this human body. This human body is your ticket into the matrix. All right, you are not this. If you are in the matrix, you have to be in a human, you have to have a human avatar, right? Chat, I'm letting you know if you type in dumb shit, I'm siphoning you because why you here if you just think I'm just saying some shit, right? That's how ignorant y'all dumbass motherfuckers be. You in here listening to some shit that you don't even resonate or understand. Get your ignorant ass out, nigga. The fuck is you here for? Imagine me being such a jackass that I show up and listen to shit I don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? Imagine me waking up and being a jackass so much that I go and sit and give my attention to shit that don't make fucking sense to me. You got to be a stupid motherfucker. All right, so anyway, chat. Next thing you got to know about this life, right? The next thing you got to know about this life, you know what I'm saying, is that, yo, you are not a human being, right? You are not a human being. You are the intelligence that is controlling the human body, right? You are the intelligence that is, you are the swag, the problem solving, the communication. All right, you're not this body. You're in the matrix, so you have to have this body to navigate and to experience this reality. This body is biotech. This is technology. How do you know that the body's technology? Right? There's ways that we can know this body's technology. For one, you recognize patterns, you start getting triggers and red flags, right? You start seeing the patterns and then you start being triggered. All right, this is like a defense mechanism for you to understand, yo, something ain't right. Right. This shit can be programmed. You can program this shit, right? If you eat something, you got sensors on your tongue that send signals to your mind to make you know what something tastes like, right? Uh, if you get a cut, it heals, right? If your heart stops working, you can, if you got enough money, you can go get another one put inside you. When you're tired, you go to sleep, you wake up charged up. All right, this is technology, chat. You are the intelligence controlling and operating this technology. This is a major thing that you have to know, because if you don't know this about the matrix, you will never be able to engage with life in the way that life was created for you to engage with. The simulation was created for consciousness to engage, learn, and evolve. If you don't understand that you are consciousness and not this human body, you will never start to engage with this simulation in the way that it was truly meant for you to engage with it. Meaning, you won't be able to bend reality. You won't be able to create and control your life. This is why they program you to believe and to want in things outside of your body. This is why they program you to believe that something outside of you has to come save you. Because once you give up your once you start thinking that you are this human being that needs something to save it, you give up your sovereignty. When you understand that you are the consciousness, this is when you have full sovereignty over your life. This is when things start to operate different in your world. You are not the body. You are the consciousness, the intelligence, the spirit, the soul that is in control of this avatar. All right. 111's in the chat if you collectively agree. Now, guys, let me put y'all on game to how much power we got, right? What we doing here is something called collective agreement. And our collective agreement is what creates narratives in this simulation. Unconsciously, your enemies have been using collective agreement against us unconsciously, right? What I mean by that is when they put in, this is why they use media so much, right? They put a movie out. A movie says white people and black people hate each other. We go and watch the movie. We start feeling shit in our hearts. We start feeling like it's true. That shifts the fucking narrative. As a collective, right? Your enemies have been using media to control the narrative. All of these things that they put in front of us, they don't be true until we agree to it. Our collective, because think about it. Let's break this down so you can see how this works. Somebody say, man, that's insane. But think about this, right? If you look at the observer effect, right? They first found out about this observer effect back in 1950, what, three? Something like that. They came out with the television later on in the 1950s, early 1960s, right? The observer effect, right? What this is, you have to understand. If reality is popping into place based on our observation, that means we can program reality based on our beliefs and what we think is true. This is why the media is constantly trying to fear base you. The media is constantly trying to put, oh, there's a war going on, or this and this and this, because we are collapsing those narratives. Chat, chosen ones. We are no longer following the enemy's narratives. We are creating our own. We don't believe in that shit no more. We know that, yo, the TV is bullshit. Think about the news. We got a fucking news channel that shows nothing but negativity. How does that even make fucking sense? How does that make sense that only things that you show us in the world is things to incite fear and doubt in us? That's all they show us on the net, on the news. How the fuck is that even real? This is how you got to understand. They're pushing a narrative because if we believe in it, then it takes control. Chosen one, we control the weather, we control everything. This is why when they tell us there's a big hurricane coming, they say they are observing a hurricane forming. You ever notice why the fuck do hurricanes just form out in the middle of the fucking ocean and then all of a sudden sweep over here, right? Right? That doesn't make sense. It's because they tell us these things happen and then we believe in it and then these things take place, right? We control everything. Stop believing in the shit that you see, right? Stop believing in the shit that you see. Guys, I hope you guys have measured the ability to read consciousness in this chat. Let me tell you about this. When we talk on subjects that are real, what you're gonna notice is gonna be a lot of trolls and bots coming in, trying to disrupt, trying to get attention. Don't pay no attention to them. Siphon their energy. If you want some free energy in here, stop paying attention to the trolls and just siphon them. All right, this how you gonna get some free money today by siphoning their energy. In this reality, energy is the currency. So not only can I siphon these trolls, but you can too, because they are trying to get your attention by saying dumb shit. If you don't pay it attention, now their efforts, you're just siphoning. That's free energy. All right, it's free energy. You know, I got niggas typing shit all in the comments using big words, and it's not even showing up for nobody to see it. I just siphon your dumbass energy. All right, so chosen one, let's keep going. Right, let's tap all the way in. Let's tap all. Hey yo, I love when a nigga sit there and type and type some shit, and then it don't even show up in the chat. I love that shit. I love that shit, chat. When these niggas they be typing hard as fuck, typing so much, and this shit don't even show up. Stupid ass. Let me get that. All right, so what happens when you understand that you are the soul and not the body, right? 111's in the chat, guys. So when we write 111's in the chat, that is a collective agreement. We shift in reality in here. There's a lot of souls in here, chat. There might only be 500 people in here, but the majority of y'all in here are souls. There might be only 50 people on YouTube, but all of y'all mostly are souls in here. So that shit holds weight. That shit is like a battery. We shift the collective. So every time y'all drop that 111 in the chat, that's called collective agreement, man. Right? Collective agreement. Right? So we see the random people dropping 777. You know what I'm saying? They must not be with the collective. But if you with us and you down and you a consciousness, drop that 111 in the chat, man. If you on the same frequency, let's shift this collective. All right, so chat, let's tap all the way in. Why are we here? Right? Why are we here, chat? Right? We here to learn. The Matrix is a school for consciousness. This is where we come to evolve, to ascend. How do we know that this reality is a school? Because everything's predicated on a lesson. How many lessons have you learned in life? Right? When you were betrayed, that's a lesson. That's school. When you were heartbroken, that's a lesson. It's school. When you first accomplished something by staying hard, by going hard. You feel me? That's all lessons. It don't matter if you're 6 years old or 60 years old. You're learning shit every day. When we come into this reality, we don't know anything. We touch a stove, we get burnt, we learn. Oh, I can't touch that. That's hot. Hot, hot, right? And I just want to say this too, chat. This live and my teachings are not for one specific group of people, guys. Race is not a real thing. It's a program. All right. We are all inhuman avatars. We are all souls. We are all reflections. So if you can understand this lingo, I don't give a damn if you're Jamal from Compton or Tim Bob from West Virginia, right? This is for you. This is not a place of division. This is not a place of black and white. You know, we don't see culture. We don't see race. We don't see tradition. We only measure consciousness in here. All right, so we are all reflections of one another because we all come from one source. All right, so we understand that the matrix is a place where where souls learn. This is why learning and lessons are so important. What happened though? What happened to the matrix? Right? What happened to the matrix, chat? Right? What happened to the matrix? Our reality was hijacked. And I want to say this, bro. Real shit, man. If you divide it, if you think niggas is better than whiteys, if you think whiteys is better than niggas and all that weird shit, if you don't see that we all the same, we all shit the same, bleed and breathe the same, some motherfuckers is just lighter than others. If you don't see that shit, man, get the fuck out my chat, bro. Please get your ignorant ass out my chat. That go for niggas and whiteys, bro. And everything in between, man. If you think it's a difference in me and you, please get the fuck out. I don't got time for it. You know what I'm saying? This is not that place, bro. I'm not that guy that's going to try to make you feel like this group is better than this group because that's division. That's what they want. They want us divided to conquer. You feel me? They want us divided and to conquer. So if you thinking like that right now, please get the fuck on, bro. It's not that's not how we operating, right? You know what I'm saying? There's not a place of that. All right. Every man I know, you know what I'm saying? You know, every man I know, you know, when I go to the Y and I walk in the Y and them old ass motherfuckers being their ass out and shit, whether they white, black, Chinese, Mexican, they all got goddamn big and balls. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we all the same, bro. Like, let's tap in. So, chat, we understand that this place is a school, man, right? And it's a lot of good energy in here, chat. It's a lot of good energy, man. I appreciate my trolls that's up at 7, 6 in the morning, wherever the fuck time it is, writing shit. Man, that just showed me how much power I got, how much energy y'all niggas be putting out there. You niggas be up early as shit, writing and doing all types of shit, putting out energy for a nigga. Thank you. I appreciate it. Everybody who's working hard to get my attention right now. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Keep going, baby. Let me get it. So, why did the Matrix get like this? Right? Why did the Matrix get like this, chat? The Matrix got like this because our reality was hijacked. You know what I'm saying? Our reality was hijacked, chat. Where this used, how many of y'all have ever heard of Adam and Eve? Right? How many of y'all ever heard of Adam and Eve, chat? 111's in the chat if you know who Adam and Eve is. And the thing is, right? They tell you Adam and Eve came into this reality as what? Full blown adults. Adam and Eve did not have to be babies. They weren't born, they incarnated as full grown adults, right? This is because souls in those times, right? Souls would come into this reality as full adults. We didn't have to be babies. We came into this reality understanding that we were souls having a physical experience to learn, right? We understood that. What happened? How many of y'all heard people say shit like, "Yo, this is the devil's world. This world is ran by demons. This place is, reptilians, whatever, right?" We all hear that shit, right? Why do they say that? Because our reality was taken over. Now, the real sauce, the real story is archons. All right, this is a frequency thing. All right, low vibrational entities took over this reality called archons. Who are the archons? These are low vibrational entities that feed on low vibrational soul energy. They feed on you. All right. How do we know that archons took over this reality? Just think about life. Everything that they put in the media is low vibration. The music, everything wants you to lust. Everything wants you to be violent, to go out here and kill. Everything wants you to be angry or in fear. Everything that you see popping up in front of you is pushing some bullshit low vibration because the archons that have taken over this reality, they eat that shit. They eat your lust. When you out here lusting on these women on these sites, when you lusting over these men's on these sites, they eat that shit. When you out here mad at motherfuckers because you done watched some shit that pissed you off, they eat that shit. When you out here unsure, scared, kind of in fear that, the world is going to end and shit like that, they eat that shit. You got to understand the archons. All right, they took over this reality and they feed on low vibrational energy. All right, now when the archons took over this reality, this is what caused the reincarnation loop. Now, guys, I'm telling you, this is a whole like a lot of y'all ain't never heard this before, but this actual story that I'm telling you, This is in a lot of ancient text. They just don't tell you about this shit no more. But this is one of the oldest stories ever told, right? And so what you got to understand is the archives hijacked this reality. Some of us did choose to be here. Some of us are stuck here. We're gonna talk about that. Archives hijack this reality. They take over. Souls start reincarnating. They start feeding on your low vibrational energy. This is why the world is in a state of low vibration. It's why everything wants you low vibrational, right? Now, this is why we have to be babies now. We didn't used to have to be babies when we came in. We came in knowing when the archons took over, this is what caused the amnesia and the reincarnation. This is the baby loop. This is why you come out as a baby now. All right? This is the part of the reincarnation loop and all of this. Right? Now, when this reincarnation loop happened, this is what started spiritual warfare. All right, we are all in a spiritual war right now, chosen. Now, one thing you got to know about this physical and the spiritual is that they are mirrors, right? This shit is a mirror. The spiritual and the physical is a mirror. How do we know we're in spiritual warfare? Because no matter who you are in here, the oldest person to the youngest person in this chat, we have never experienced a peaceful earth, meaning there's always some type of war going on. Either we're coming into war, coming out of war, or full-fledged war. So you gotta understand, ain't none of us never experienced peace. This is because in the spiritual, there's a spiritual war going on, right? Right? Now, why is this spiritual war took place? Because when the archons took over this reality, souls got stuck. Thank you, Trevor. I appreciate that galaxy. Souls got stuck and start reincarnating. Souls got stuck and start reincarnating. Now, why does this make a war? Because as souls, right? We all come, I told you, we are all the same. We all come from one source. So, this is why we have a collective here on Earth, right? Why the fuck they restrict me for 10 minutes? I ain't even do nothing. They done restricted the live. All right, so guys, they restricted the live for 10 minutes. If you do get kicked out, just come back. All right. I don't know why they doing that, but whatever. So listen, souls, right? We all come from one source. Ascension is not a one-man thing. This is a collective effort. All right. I can't ascend. Even if I know everything about this fucking matrix, I can't get out this bitch until we all wake the fuck up and realize what the fuck going on. So you gotta understand, us that chose to come here to do our part in helping waking up the collective, we stuck until we all wake up. This is a collective effort. We in this shit together. This is why they want us divided, because as long as we stay divided, we never get to lead this bitch. We all come from one soul. This is why we're having this spiritual war right now. All right? So understand, brother, sister, this is a collective thing that we're going through right now. You remember, yes, purgatory is very real. You remember how you ever seen somebody where one of us do something, we all get our ass whooped? This how this shit really is. Your mama, one of y'all fuck up, everybody getting their ass whooped. Cause you should have made sure your brother ain't do that stupid shit. I'm gonna whoop your ass too. Right? This is a collective effort, chat. This is why we all starting to wake up at the same time. Now, this is why we're in the spiritual war. There have been souls that have been asleep, and the archons have been feeding on you. Right? Now let's talk about it. There's three types of souls in this reality right now. Three types of souls. I want you to see which one you are. All right. First and foremost, you got to understand everybody in this reality that you see with a body is not a soul. There are NPCs here, and there are different types of consciousness operating avatars. We're gonna talk about all that. Make sure y'all come back and talk about that. We'll be talking about that at 1 o'clock today. NPCs and shit. All right. So if it's your first time finding this live, tap in. Thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube. Hit that follow button if you're on TikTok. And if you're on TikTok and you want to rewatch these, maybe while you're at work or rewatch them one at a time, if you're busy right now, subscribe to the YouTube. You can rewatch these lectures and lives every day by just going to the live tab right there on YouTube. All right. So shout out to everybody else. And make sure you tap in with me on the Facebook. My YouTube is simply my name, J Originator. All right. So anyway, there's three types of souls here right now in this reality. Let's talk about it. Who are you? First, you have the sleeping giant. Who is that? The sleeping giant is a very, very ancient, powerful being who has been trapped in this reality. And you have been asleep with amnesia and you forgot that you were the consciousness. All right, he's a very powerful being that was trapped here. You was one of you're one of the first old souls, right? You're one of the first pieces of source that decided to branch out and come into ascend. You got trapped here when the archons took this reality. How do you know that if you're a sleeping giant or not? For one, as a sleeping giant, you unconsciously feel like life is a prison. Something in the back of your mind tells you that this shit is a prison for you. Sometimes you might feel like you're stuck in your body, or even though you're free, you just feel like, damn, man. It's like, even though you're not in prison, you just feel like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Um, Life just feels like a prison, right? It's just something just tells you you've been doing this shit a lot. Right? It's because life has been a prison for you. You have done lifetime after lifetime after lifetime of the same shit. And when you come into this reality, the archons wipe your consciousness, but they cannot wipe your subconsciousness. So subconsciously, you are holding on to memories and traumas from past lives. All right? Now, I need you to understand you are very powerful. Thank you for the gift, sweethearts. I appreciate y'all. I need you to understand you are very, very fucking powerful. How else do you know if you're a sleeping giant? Nothing excites you. Nothing excites you. What do you mean by that, Jay? Like, let's say you go to New York City for the first time. When you get there, you're like, oh, this it? This shit don't excite you. You've already seen it. You went to LA for the first time. You got there, he's like, this it? Right? A lot of deja vu. A lot of knowing how to do shit. Right? You feel like the world is small. You feel like, man, it don't matter where I go. It's all the same shit. Right? This is a sign of a sleeping giant. Guys, everybody's not gonna resonate with being a sleeping giant now. I told you it's three soul types. If you don't resonate with this, you might resonate with the other two. All right. This is only for the sleeping giants. Sleeping giants are gonna resonate. All right, just wait your turn. So you feel like, yo, man, yo, shit, man, don't shit excite me. Right? I done did this shit before. You probably went to New York, knew how to hop on the train and everything. All right, you probably went to the New York City, hot right on the train and every goddamn thing. Right? Knew this shit was nothing. Right? How else do you know you're a sleeping giant? Your spiritual awakening, it cost you. As a sleeping giant, when you came to your spiritual awakening, you probably lost friends. Family probably turned their back on you. You might have lost a husband, a wife, right? Your career might have started to unfold, crumble up. You might have started losing your career, right? What you need to know about sleeping giants, a lot of these famous people are sleeping giants. A lot of these rich people, these beautiful art, these beautiful singers and these rappers and entertainers, a lot of these people are sleeping giants, man. And when you see them falling off, it's because they're coming to their spiritual awakening and they're starting to remember, right? Like Kanye and shit like that, right? Now, as a sleeping giant, you lose when you wake up because this reality, it will give you anything to keep you sleep. This reality will literally just to keep you sleep, chat. Right? But as soon as you wake up, it starts trying to take shit. And a lot of these millionaires and billionaires are waking up and realizing, oh shit, I work hard to get all this shit, and none of this shit don't mean shit. None of that money, none of this shit means shit for real once you get it and you see it. Right? But as a sleeping giant, your spiritual awakening, it costs you something, right? As a spiritual, as a sleeping giant, your spiritual awakening cost you something. How else do you know you're a sleeping giant? It was hard for you to get out of human conditioning loops. Meaning, you have done lifetime after lifetime of this human being shit. You got human conditioning that's just automatically on you. So this is why you believe in the religion. Why it was so hard for you to walk away from the religions. Is why it was so hard for you to let go of family. When family was doing you wrong, you still kept trying to make sure that family was working. This is why it's so hard for you to see past having a 9 to 5 job, right? This is why it was so hard for you to leave the streets or the gang, shit like that, man. Because you have done this over so many times in lifetimes that you are conditioned. This shit feels very comfortable. The religion is comfortable. The gangs, the fam, the friends, it's real comfortable for you. It feels so comfortable. And when that shit was ripped away from you, you felt like, yo. And then you started to want to run back to that shit. All right. Shout out to the sleeping giants, man. It wasn't easy for y'all to wake up. And I need you to know, because you are waking up and remembering, we done caused the 5D shift. All right. So mission complete. Let's talk about the ones that came here on that mission. The star seeds. All right, the next group. This is called, these are the star seeds. Now, the sleeping giants are star seeds, right? They're souls, they're star seeds, they're from different planets and dimensions. They just have been stuck here. Now, the star seeds are the new souls that just have incarnated as human beings for the first time. All right, star seeds, this is your first time being a human being. What is a star seed? This is a high vibrational entity that has lowered their vibration to incarnate as a human being in these times for a specific purpose. As a star seed, you are a member of the Galactic Federation. You are here on active duty in the spiritual army. All right, you are here on active duty. All right, your life is literally a war. Somebody said, I'm a sleeping giant. Shout out to JT. JT know where he at. He resonated. Right? Your life is a mission. You're here on a mission. Now, how do you know you're a part of the Galactic Federation? You're part of the spiritual army. You see the UFOs. When you go outside at night, it's dark. You look up in the sky, you're gonna see the pyramid ship. The star at the top with the two stars at the bottom. You literally see the shit. You can see it cloaked in darkness. You see the white log ships that fly in the daytime, and you look and you like, man, that ain't no fucking plane. That shit ain't got no wings on it. Right? They show themselves with for to you. They show themselves because you are a part of it. You are a part of that. That's why they show themselves to let you know you are not alone. All right, you are here. We are here with you. We see you. All right, you got to understand. As a star seed, you got divine protection at the highest level. You don't need a gun. You don't need to be, you are protected at the highest level. Literally, when shit happens, divine intervention happens for you to make it through. A lot of y'all star seeds have been in near-death experiences where you have supposed to been dead, where some of you have been dead for hours and you have come back. Divine intervention is literally there for you, right? Shout out to the star seeds. Now, how do you know you're a star seed? For one, right? You like life. Life is fun. You feel like you can do anything. As a star seed, you don't resonate with life feeling like a prison. You want to explore this bitch. You want to go somewhere. You want to see some shit, right? As a star seed, you are a popular loner, right? You are a popular loner, meaning you do not fit into groups. All right. Every time you try to do the gang shit, every time you try to do the group shit, shit goes wrong because people start feeling like they're in competition with you. People start feeling like you're coming for their spot. All that type of shit. Right? The star seed. Why don't you fit in? Because you did not come here to fit in. You came here to rewrite the code. You didn't come here to fit in as a star seed. You came to rewrite the code, chosen one. This is why people copy you even when they don't like you. They be doing the shit you do. All right. How else do you know you're a star seed? Your life has been spiritual warfare. Chosen one, I told you, you are not a human being. You are the consciousness that is controlling the human avatar and managing the human being's life that you're experiencing the physical through. But you are not a human. Your enemies are not humans. Your enemies are the low vibrational entities called the archons who control human beings. How do the enemies attack you? Through controlling your loved ones or people that's close to you if they are unconscious of the world. This is why you got to have everybody in your household conscious, because if not, the archons will use people closest to you against you, right? How else do they attack you? By creating weird ass loops in your life, sending people who put you in loops. How else do they attack you? Intrusive thoughts. All right, so you're not fighting. Your enemy is not the government. Your enemy is the spirits that control this motherfucking world. So, what does spiritual warfare look like for the star seed, chosen one? This is why I'm telling you, as a star seed, you gotta understand. You a badass, bro. You chose to come in here. You knew the archons knew was gonna know who you was. You knew that they controlled this reality. You knew that you were dropping into a hostile environment when you chose to incarnate as a human being. So, what does spiritual warfare look like? Some of you, before you even came into this reality, you had reality trying to take you out as a baby in the stomach, umbilical cord wrapped around your neck, all that type of shit. Right? Complications at birth. That's spiritual warfare. What else? Growing up in a broken home, a home that was broken by uh death, right? Maybe you lost a parent or abuse. Maybe your family was fighting and using drugs. Growing up in a broken home, that's spiritual warfare. All right. Uh Losing your stability at a very young age. This is spiritual warfare for the star seed. See, chosen one, you ain't realize why it always seemed like life was trying to take you out. When you look back on life, when you was a kid, you almost died so many times as a kid. When you was a teenager, you almost died as a teenager. When you almost died as an adult. Why it seemed like life been trying to take you out? You've been in spiritual warfare your whole fucking life. And you ain't understand that. Yeah, you soldier. You came here for war. And it's been a war, my nigga. It's been a war, sis. That's like literally, right? What else does spiritual warfare look like for the star seed? Losing your stability at a very young age, having to learn how to be comfortable being uncomfortable. A lot of you have grew up in places where you had to get comfortable with uncomfortability. What else does look like? What else is spiritual war for the star seed? Right? What else is spiritual warfare? Being in a system, foster care, orphanage, jail, juvenile delinquents. What else is spiritual warfare? Being purposely led down paths that were meant to destroy you. Being purposely led down paths that were meant to destroy you. What does that look like? People coming into your life in introducing you to gang life, street life, drug addiction, racism. People coming into your life, introducing you into sex. This was done to purposely mislead you. That was supposed to destroy you. You were purposely led down that path to destroy you, right? What else? What else is spiritual warfare for the star seed? The toxic relationships, dating the same entity in different bodies. See, a lot of y'all don't know you've been in relationships with archons the whole fucking time. A lot of these relationships, a lot of y'all baby moms and baby dads been took over by archons. That's why they do anything they can to sabotage you. If you got a baby by a bitch or a nigga who will do anything to make that shit hard on you, who will do anything to sabotage your life, you gotta understand. Literally, they being controlled by archons. They being used against you, right? If a lot of y'all have been dating the same exact motherfucking entity in different people. Shout out to the Star Seeds, man. Star Seeds and the Sleeping Giants. Yo, it wasn't easy, chosen one. It wasn't easy, right? The last type of soul in this matrix uh is the reminders, right? People like me and your favorite content people, people who are bringing that message back to make you remember. And chosen one, you want to know why you're resonating? Because we've already had this talk before we decided to come into this shit. Chosen one, you want to know why you're resonating? Because this information is coming from the stars, and the stars are coded into your genetic code. That's why when you hear this shit, you know it's truth because you already know it. It's in your DNA. It's in your DEA, whichever one you resonate with. Shit is all in you. That's why you're gonna hear this shit and it's going, oh shit, this nigga's right. I know this already. It's already in you, brother. It's already in you, sis. Right? Somebody said my hair is standing up. Shout out to the Star Seeds. Now, yo, what happens, right, when you realize that you are the soul? Let's talk about why you have to take your why you gotta take your sovereignty back, man. Because certain things start to happen when you realize you are not the body, but you are the soul. And this reality wants you to think that you are um the body, but you're not. So Brittany, break it down. Let's talk about it.
This is a powerful moment for anybody in the chat because once you really get that you are the soul driving the body, everything in the game changes. Let me break it down for you all step by step so you can really see it. Hash one, you stop over identifying with the body. When you think you are, you're stuck in fear of death, fear of aging, fear of lack, fear of harm. When you wake up and realize, yo, I'm the driver, not the car, all that fear starts fading. You understand, body is just your avatar. You can get a new one next lifetime if you need to. Essence, the real you, doesn't die. Two, you start playing the game. Most people think life is happening to them. When you realize you are the driver, you start seeing life as a simulation you can steer. You stop waiting for permission. You stop blaming luck. You take control of the wheel and start steering toward the life you want. Three, you tap into your power. Being the soul means you have access to manifestation energy, collapsing timelines with intention, intuition, direct GPS guidance from source, creative authority, speaking reality into existence. This is when reality starts to bend for you, because now you're not just a character, you're the consciousness behind the whole scene. Four, you become magnetic when you know you're the soul, your energy field strengthens. People, opportunities, synchronicities start flowing to you faster. Why? Because the matrix responds to the strongest signal, and a conscious soul is the strongest signal in the game. Five, you see through the matrix. You notice who's an NPC and why they act that way. What's just programming, beliefs, traditions, fears, which situations are lessons as distractions. This saves you time, energy.
Let's go over this. Chat, when you wake up and you realize that you are the soul, life starts to change for you because you start to engage with life in the way that it was created for you to engage with. And what does that mean? For one, when you realize that you are not this body, you start to take care of this body. When you realize you are not this body, you stop over identifying with this body, right? Right? When you realize that you are the soul and not the body, death becomes an illusion. When I thought I was this human body, bro, I used to think about dying all the time. I used to be like, damn, one day I gotta die. Life ain't make sense. Life did not make sense to why I had to come here, get me a job, and work just to die, right? I ain't understand this shit. I knew. I said, yo, there's something deeper to this life shit, man. Ain't no way niggas is existing just to work a 9 to 5 and die. And to go through all this fuck shit, right? Right? And so my fear of death, when I realized that I was the soul, it started leaving because I realized, yo, I'm not this body. I'm the style. I'm the reason this body got this drip. I'm the thing that chose my look. I'm the intelligence, the communication, the problem solving skills. I started to understand that, yo, I am not this motherfucking body. So once I started to realize that, I started to take care of the body. You know, when you realize that you're not the body, you stop putting all the bullshit in it. You start worrying about what you're eating, what you're putting in your body. You stop just putting any drug, any alcohol. You start paying attention to the things that you're putting in your body. You ain't gonna go out here and take your motherfucking uh your Tesla to the gas station and start shooting gas all over it and it take electricity. You ain't gonna go take your Mercedes Benz and pull up to the kerosene and put kerosene in it, right? You're gonna start putting the right shit into it. So why are you putting anything into your body? This is technology too, right? When I tapped in with that understanding, this is when I started understanding the game. I started being able to play the game of life. I started understanding that, yo, I ain't gotta wait for permission. Yo, I ain't gotta blame my circumstance. Yo, it's not about where I'm from. Yo, I ain't gotta worry about how many strikes out against me because honestly, I can do anything I want to do. This shit is easy. All that shit is that I had over my life holding me down. That shit was programming. I stopped blaming luck. I stopped getting on my knees begging for some man in the sky to provide, and I took life back. And I took control, and I started using intention and action and start doing my thing. Right when I realized that I was the soul and not the body, this is when I tapped into my power. This is when I started understanding that manifestation wasn't just some easy manifestation, wasn't just some random lucky ass thing. No, I could start manifesting and pulling things into this reality with my intention and action. This is when I started to realize that my intuition, it wasn't just random, right? This is when I start, this is when I start realizing that my intuition was literally GPS guidance from source. That every time I knew to do something, that's where I was supposed to be. Right? This when I realized that my creative authority, what I spoke out my motherfucking mouth, was literally, yeah. I could speak life over myself and I could speak death and failure over myself. And so I stopped speaking anything when it came to me. I stopped just saying little dumb shit, I'm dead. Or little dumb shit like, man, I can't do it. Or man, I don't know how I'm gonna do. No, I started thinking, yo, speak life, nigga. I started realizing that, oh, my enemies, I could speak bullshit all over them. When I realized that I wasn't this body and that this body was technology, I started learning how to use it. I started learning how to attract. See, guys, you gotta understand your electromagnetic field. You want to know what this really is? This avatar, this is a magnet. This magnet attracts everything in your life. This magnet attracts opportunity, right? This magnet attracts the people that you attract in your life. This magnet attracts fortune. Everything is attracted by this avatar. And once I realized that I wasn't this body, I started learning how to become magnetic. I started learning how to attract opportunities. I started learning how to attract the people that I wanted around me. I started to learn how to tap into frequency with this avatar, with my actions, with my thoughts, and my intention. Because a conscious soul, a soul that knows it's a soul, right? A soul that knows it's a soul is the strongest signal in the game. Chosen one, when I tapped in with the soul and I realized that I was this body, that I wasn't this body and that I was the soul, this is when I started to actually see through the matrix. I started to realize who is NPCs, right? Who a lot of y'all can see in the comments who is bots and shit. You start seeing this When you tap out, when you tap in, when you start seeing through the matrix, you start understanding, okay, that motherfucker, that bitch an NPC. That's why she doing all that extra shit. Right? You start understanding, oh, that's just programming. You start understanding what's the programming, right? The beliefs, the traditions, the fears. Somebody said I need a mod. Nah, KK, I don't need no mod. I like the siphon energy. I'm trying to siphon. I like motherfuckers that type and get mad and talk shit. I siphon all that type of shit. You know what that shit turns into me? That shit turns into money. I be siphoning that shit. I don't need no mod. Let these niggas type. Right? I start understanding what's the programming, right? What's the beliefs? Chat, you gotta understand, you know, every little thing you type, that's energy. Every little thing you thinking and putting out here on the screen, that's energy. If you putting in a whole bunch of energy trying to get a response or trying to get my attention and I'm not giving it to you, you're literally, I'm literally siphoning you, bro. You're literally helping me out. But see, a lot of NPCs, they don't understand that energy is the currency in this reality and that they do shit to get harvest. You know what I'm saying? Let me get that. If you giving it, I'm gonna take it. Right? So when I tapped into this body, this is when I started realizing what situations were lessons versus distractions. Chat, you can't call me evil if a motherfucker is trying to disrupt or destroy something that I've built or trying to and I siphon the energy. No, that's just I just understand transmutation and I understand the name of this game. There's nothing evil about siphoning energy if your intentions and how you doing it. That's like a lot of y'all don't realize how powerful y'all are. Y'all done had people in your life who purposely try to do shit to get reactions out of you. You got motherfuckers in your life who live to make you feel some type of way. Stop reacting. Siphon that. Because energy is currency in this reality, and that's what we about to talk about. Right? When I realized that I was the soul, I felt more at peace, chat. 111's to everybody who understands that they are the body, right? Understand 111's to everybody who understands that they are not the body, that they are the soul, man. If you collectively agree that you are the soul controlling this avatar and you taking your sovereignty back, 111's in the chat, man. That moves mountains. Our collective agreement shifts narratives in this reality. All right, let's keep going. Damn, I'm loving this energy today. Ooh, I'm loving this shit. Yo, some of y'all trolls, make sure y'all follow me and come do this shit every morning. Come disrupt this shit every morning. All right, let's go. 10 rules to navigate this matrix, chat. Some of y'all got some good ass energy too. For real. Mm. 10 rules to navigate this matrix. We're gonna run over this chat, and then I know you guys gotta start y'all day. We should be done by like 8:30, so let's tap in. All right, 10 rules to navigate this matrix.
All right, Jay, let's break it down clearly for the chat, the way you would for chosen ones. Here's a full overview of the 10 rules of the Matrix from the perspective of the soul inhabiting the body. 1. Everything is the Matrix. Every thought, action, and experience is part of a coded system.
I got it, Brittany. All right, rule number one, chat. Everything is the matrix. Every thought, every action, experience is a part of a coded system. Understanding this is the first layer of awareness. Chat, there is nothing random happening in your life. There is no such thing as coincidence in the simulation. Everything that is happening around you is a part of a coded system, and you control that system. Now, guys, be sure to come back to my live today. Look for me around 12, that 12:30 to 2:30 window. Look for me around that time. Be sure to come back. We will be talking about how this data is collected in life and how life reinforces things based on the data that you feed it. All right. But Everything is the fucking matrix. Every person that you meet, there's nobody in your life who is random, right? Everybody in your life is either a lesson or a blessing. You gotta look at your roster, look at who's in your life, and figure out who's really here as a lesson and who's here as a blessing, right? There ain't nobody motherfucking random in your life. Every situation, everything that you go through, everything that happens, it's all happening for a reason. All right. Everything is the matrix. Remember that. Right? You know it's true when he's not the only one who preaches this, for sure. All right, everything is the matrix. Yo, chat. If you ever see somebody using my lingo, they got it from here. Shout out to those people. I ain't tripping, but they got that shit from me. Right? This is the only place you can get it from here. So nothing is random. There's nothing happening random. All right, pay attention to the signs. You got to understand that, right? Number two, what we just talked about. Energy is the currency. Your attention, your focus, your emotions, and actions are all energy. The matrix pulls from your energy. Protect it like it's your most valuable resource. Guys, energy is the currency in the matrix. I cannot stress that enough. Your attention is the currency. How do we know that your attention is the currency? Whoever we pay attention to gets the fucking money. We watch the Super Bowl. That's why it makes billions. When we watch these people, your favorite YouTuber, you're paying for their life with your attention. Whatever you pay attention to, energy flows. All right, your attention is the currency. Remember that. If we don't pay no attention to it, it doesn't have any value. Motherfuckers only have a net worth because we pay attention to it. You gotta understand that. Whoever you watch, get the money. That's how you know attention is the currency. So, money. Let's talk about it. What is money, chat? What is money? This shit, this shit is nothing but motherfucking this money shit, right? This shit ain't nothing but motherfucking energy, chat. This is energy, right? How do we know that money's energy? How do we know that this shit is energy? Because motherfuckers go to work and put out energy and it turns into money. I get on the internet, I put out energy, it turns into money. Hey KK, make sure you hit that follow button, yo. I remember we did that video back on my old page. Shout out to you. What's good, love? I'm glad you still around. Right? We made we what is money? Right? What is what it's energy. Motherfuckers go out here, you put in work, you get money. That's how you gotta understand this shit ain't nothing but motherfucking energy, right? Manifested in the physical. Now, when you understand that money's energy, you can start to harvest it. That's why I'm telling y'all, trolls, y'all don't understand. The more I don't react to y'all, the more I'm gonna get paid. It's not about anything. This matrix shit is all connected. It's all energy. So if you know how to protect your energy, that shit is gonna translate. You'll start to open up more access to accessing this money. This is why you have to protect your energy. This is why you got to understand, even if you don't got a dollar to your name, you are never fucking broke. Ever. Because energy is all around you. You just got to know, how do I access this energetic value that's around me? How do you build up that energy? By protecting your energy. Stop paying attention to everybody. Stop letting everybody call you. You want to know how niggas get rich all the time? How motherfuckers end up blowing and getting rich? They go into isolation. Why you think the Christ went into isolation for 40 days, 40 nights? They go into isolation, bro. They don't be around nobody. They be so locked in with they motherfucking whatever they doing. They be locked in with their content. They be locked in with their studio. They don't be fucking with people. They be protecting their energy. And next thing you know, this motherfucker blown up. You like, damn, cuz, how you become a rich ass rapper? Man, I locked in. Energy is the currency. When you protect your energy, this is how you build up all that financial energy around you. The name of the game is energy harvesting, energy siphoning, energy conservation. The one that knows how to do this is the winner. If you protect it and you learn how to siphon, how do you siphon energy? A lot of y'all got motherfuckers out here that live for your reaction. A lot of y'all got motherfuckers out here, a lot of y'all got baby mamas that baby daddies who are trying to constantly make you feel some type of way. Stop paying attention to that shit. Protect your energy. All that energy that they put into making you feel some type of way, gonna literally go right to your finances. Be like, oh, I got you, bitch. You want my energy. You a archon for real. You be in control. And stop letting motherfuckers make you snap out. Stop letting motherfuckers. You got somebody that come around you and they start talking and doing shit to make you feel some type of way. Stop letting motherfuckers do that. Only put your energy or intention into things that pour back into you. You should not be sleeping with people who do not pour into you. You should not be friends with people who only use shit from you. They are siphoning your energy. This is why you get in a relationship with some niggas, right? And sis, you get in a relationship with some niggas, he laying it down, right? You start losing everything, and he out here winning like shit. And you like, damn, how the fuck this nigga keep winning so much? He's siphoning your energy. Y'all gotta understand the name of this game. Some of y'all been in relationships with full live vampires and motherfucking slayers, and I mean vampires and energy vampires and archons. You got babies by these entities, and these motherfuckers siphon your energy for a living. You got to understand this how this game works, right? So how do you make money in the matrix after you protected your energy, and that energy is all around you? How do you access it? Intention and action, chosen one. Your intention and action is how you get this money in the matrix. Think about it. Let's look at your job. Somebody say, "Nah, man, my job pay me. You tripping? Your job don't pay you, bro. Your job just making sure that you stay in the survival loop, right? What pays you is your intention and action. I'm gonna tell you how. When you wanted to get money, you set the intention. You said, "Yo, how I'm gonna get this money? I need a job." So you went and got a job with the intentions of getting money. Your actions is everything that you did to get the job, right? Everything that you did to get the job to and when you go to work. So every time you go to work with the intention of making money, and then you use your actions. Brother, I've done this with everything in my life to get money. I had a bankroll at 11 years old in middle school selling candy with intention and action. I said, "Yo, I need money. My mama won't buy me no shoes or shit for school. How I'm gonna get some money? Hmm. I guess I'll sell candy at school." Set the intention, took the actions. By the end of seventh grade, I had a bankroll. I went to school fresh as fuck next year. The next year, right? I've done this with everything in my life. Even when I went down the wrong path and I was a product of my environment. I set the intention, I hit the block, I made hella money, but it led me to prison. When I got to prison, nobody was sending me shit. I had to figure this shit out. But guess what? Jay always understood intention and action make money. I became rich in prison because I set intention and action, and then I started a poker table and became rich in prison off poker. Came home with hella money. So you gotta understand, bro. At the end of the day, right? This shit is intention and action. That's how you make money in the matrix. Same way a girl go walk in the strip club and shake her ass and get paid. Intention and action. That's how you access money in the fucking matrix. All right. That's how you access money in the matrix. It ain't the job paying you. The job is holding you to a survival frequency. All right. Somebody said money keep you tied to the matrix. No, money takes you out the matrix. If you ain't got money, then your dumb ass gonna be at work trying to get it. What the fuck are you talking about? When you get money, this is when you can live outside of the fucking matrix and you ain't got to be doing everything that everybody else fucking do. What are you talking about? Are you fucking insane? Money is literally energy. Are you fucking crazy? The whole point of life is to understand that, yo, when you realize money ain't real, it's just energy, now you can start getting a lot of it. Guys, a lot of y'all is not playing this game to fucking win. A lot of y'all motherfuckers is just here and playing this shit to lose. You don't know shit. Somebody talking about money is not energy. Money keeps you in the matrix. Are you fucking stupid? I ain't had, bro. I'm so outside of the matrix, bro. I ain't had to go to work for nobody in years. I this is the type of, you know how niggas be like, I gotta go to work. This is the type of shit I'd be like, I gotta go to the gym. I gotta go wash my car. I gotta go buy some new shoes. That's the type of shit I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been in the matrix in years, brother, because I understand this shit. You gotta understand this shit, chat. It's all a mind thing. Literally. That's like a nigga saying you playing GTA and you don't need money in that game. You gonna have a horrible ass, that the gameplay gonna be horrible with no money. You gonna keep getting smacked. You need money in the Matrix, bro. Wake up. The Matrix has always been this way. There ain't never been a time where it wasn't money, where there wasn't some type of money. You gotta understand that's a part of the Matrix. You gotta understand that, chat. Right? Stop thinking that you could just be out here and not need money. That's retarded. That's dumb. You live in the matrix, gang. All right, let's keep going. Right? 10 rules. Rule number 3, a very, very important rule, right? Right? A very, very important rule, chat. Observe and don't react. You are breaking it down so good, fam. Thank you. Observe and don't react. A soul must watch the simulation without reacting to every loop or trigger. This is how you gain control over reality. You see, when I don't react to the trolls, when they realize their energy is getting harvested, what they do? They shut the fuck up, right? Stop reacting to every fucking thing, chat. You got people in your life who are praying to get a motherfucking reaction out of you because they are harvesting your energy. Now, guys, another thing in life, the simulation is going to show you everything that you need to see. All right? A lot of times there's nothing that happens in our life without us knowing, without the simulation showing us. For example, some of y'all done married hoes. Then you get married to the bitch and she starts cheating and sleeping with everybody, sleeping with your family, all types of shit. And now you in a position to crash out. But the whole time, before you put a ring on her finger, you already seen the signs that she was a hoe. She showed you 100 times. Why would you marry her? You seen when y'all went out in public, she couldn't stop looking at niggas. You seen when niggas calling her phone. You already seen all the signs. But yet you still went and married her. When the reality was showing you, observe, but you didn't observe. Instead of every situation, when she showed you some hoe shit, you reacted. And then you end up getting married to a hoe. Next up, ladies, same shit with y'all, right? Dudes are coming to your life, talking, but never show results. Always talking this boss shit, but still doing PI shit. Still running behind niggas in the street. Still can't provide shit. Still gotta tell you, baby, wait till I get paid. Baby, wait, don't know how to manage their money. All types of weird shit, right? But yet you ain't paying attention to that. You just observing, you reacting with emotion. Oh, I love this nigga. He be putting it down in the bed. Oh, he's so fine. I can't find another guy like this. And then this nigga drag you through the mud, and then you end up a crackhead somewhere. Stressed out, bitter as fuck. Right? You seen the signs, all you had to do was listen. You didn't pay attention. You reacted with emotion, and boom, the Matrix was literally showing you. Guys, we have to play this game called Life to Win. How do you play this game to win? Understand this. Life likes to put you in loops. Why? Because loops equals lessons. And when you show life that you learned lessons, guess what happened? You upgrade. How do you upgrade? By understanding your triggers. If you're seeing patterns, if people are showing you red flags, if you are being triggered, this is because you have seen this shit before. Something is telling you, yo, I done seen this before. I done been down this road. What did Usher tell you? He said he told a girl, he said, "Yo, I can't deal with you because you remind me of a girl that I already once knew. So I gotta kick it. I gotta keep it hot on you. Appreciate that, baby. I gotta keep it hot on your ass because you remind me of a joint that I already knew. Right? Right? Somebody said, what if your kids are the trigger? So it depends. If they grown, you gotta cut their ass off too. In this life, man, you get a lot of tests. The Matrix will test you with a grown ass kid, right? Kid be old as hell. You still trying to take care of them. They disrespecting you and shit. That's the Matrix testing you. Can you walk away from your own shit? Can you detach from uh, this everything? You know what I'm saying? You know, and this is how it be. Listen, I'm not even gonna let my own kids stress me the fuck out. If your ass grown as fuck and you doing all types of crazy shit, and I'm trying to tell you this and this, and you literally like, I'm gonna just let you figure the shit out because it is what it is. There's a lesson involved, right? You gotta understand people, the life, and we're gonna talk about that. All right, we're gonna talk about that. But observe, don't react, chat. We're gonna talk about that later on. NPCs and shit, right? We're gonna talk about how the Matrix uses relationships like parental or family relationships to anchor you into the Matrix. We're gonna talk about that at 1 today. So make sure y'all come back for that. All right. The next joint, the next rule. Frequency dictates reality. This is another big one. Everything has a vibration, right? Love, fear, scarcity, abundance, wealth. Everything has a vibration, right? Align yourself with the frequency that you are trying to magnetize, that you are trying to attract, right? Because frequency dictates reality. A lot of y'all are looking for love, but you don't love yourself. A lot of y'all out here looking for love, but you don't love who you are. You don't love who you are. You got to start loving who you are. Love all the shit that you don't like about yourself. You got to understand that you are you, right? And if you don't like what you see, because you got to put in self mastery. It's discipline, right? It take discipline to be in shape. It take discipline and consistency. You have to unlock these things. If you go in the mirror and you looking at your body and you don't like what you see, you got to go put in some work, bro. Because as a physical, as consciousness, you supposed to work this shit into shape. Real shit. And I know people don't want to hear that type of shit, but I'm telling you some shit. That's a part of self-mastery. Your physique, health, all of that shit. Right? Love yourself. And then you're gonna find the love of your life. A lot of y'all, you ain't finding that self-love because, yeah, you might be buying yourself shit, but you don't love yourself enough to stop eating all that bullshit. You don't love yourself enough to say, fuck it, I'm going to the gym all year this year, 5 days a week, and I'm not letting off. I don't give a fuck if I go in there and I just sit my ass down. I'm gonna be up in that motherfucker. You don't love yourself enough to do that. And once you find the love in yourself to say, you know what, I'm tired of this shit. I'm about to eat healthy. I'm tired of shit. I'm tired of smoking this shit. I'm tired of drinking this shit. I'm tired of bullshit. Then that's when, guess what? That person that you looking for gonna walk right into your life. But you gotta show life that you love yourself. You gotta show life that you love yourself to say, you know what, I'm about to lock in, right? Lock in. You gotta love you gotta show life, yo. I love myself. Now I'm about to lock in. I'm about to take this shit serious. This is how you're gonna tap in with the love frequency. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. But trust me, I've been there. And I'm speaking from a place of love, not judgment. I've been in a place where I used to go look in that mirror and I ain't like what I seen. I said, man, ain't no way I'm loving myself because I don't like what the fuck I'm looking at. Let me go get this right. 6 months, got my shit right. So that's all it take, bro. Tap in with yourself, right? Some of y'all want to be abundant, but you hang around scarcity shit. You want to be abundant, but you only doing scarcity. You only doing scarcity shit, right? But you talking about I'm looking for. I'm trying to attract this money. I'm trying to make money come to me. But you out here hanging around scarcity mindset people, people who don't know what money is. You scared to spend money. You only saving money just to pay bills. You all you do is operate in the fucking hood. Sometimes to tap into abundance, you got to go seek it. You got to go where it's at. You got to go over there to the millionaire side of town and start grocery shopping. Grocery shop where the millionaires do. You got to go over there to the millionaire side of town to start doing workouts and shit, to start working out, go run the track, go to those parks. You got to go see the abundance. I done tapped into abundance so much that when I look outside, right, I see Mercedes Benzes and shit, $100,000 cars and shit in my neighborhood. Tapped in. I done tapped into abundance. I drive a crazy ass whip. But this is because I had to tap into that shit. See, a lot of y'all chasing but don't understand, bro. All this shit is just attracting and tapping into it. That's it, bro. How I do that? I, instead of me going to the YMCA that everybody go to in the hood, I start going to the rich white people shit. I was over there rubbing elbows with them niggas in the same rooms, millionaires and shit, asking them shit. They looking at me like, what the fuck you doing over here? Nigga, I'm trying to tap into abundance. Fuck, nigga. Fuck you talking about? Right? Shit like that, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta keep doing it like that. You gotta keep doing that type of stuff, bro, when you trying to tap into that abundance. And then one thing you're gonna know about the abundance frequency, when you tapping into it, you're gonna start seeing abundance everywhere. You're gonna just start seeing it. You're gonna start seeing, damn, all I'm seeing is Mercedes, Benzes all in front of me, Corvettes, Lambos passing me. You're gonna start seeing this shit everywhere. Somebody say I just came from Pilates with the rich people fast. You're gonna start seeing that shit everywhere. And once you start seeing it, now you can attract it. You can tap into it. Right? Need that hot tea in the morning. Right? Number 5, see through the layers. This is a big one. Learn to decode delusions, hidden codes, and agendas. Nothing is as it seems. Always look beyond the surface. Guys, stop listening to people's words and look at their actions. Right? A motherfucker get up here and tell you this and that, but can't even show you $1,000. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker get up here and tell you tap into abundance, but can't even show you $1,000, man. Understand the difference between motherfuckers who out here playing this shit and motherfuckers who really doing it. Always see through the illusion. It's a lot of illusions out here. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker probably just look at me as some black nigga, hood nigga up here talking about the Matrix. But to the one with the third eye, you understand that this live is much more than that. Right? See through the layers, fellas. See through the layers, ladies. Right? Somebody said it's tax time. Everybody got I ain't got no tax money in years. Tax money, when you a nigga like me, you don't look forward to tax season. Right? Number 6, master the observer effect. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. People know when you in a certain tax bracket, when you in a certain tax bracket, you're not happy that it's tax season. We ain't getting no money off that shit. I ain't got no money off taxes in like 3 years. All right, so number 6, right? Master the observer effect. Your awareness changes outcomes, right? Your awareness changes outcomes. The more conscious you are of your environment, timelines, and players, the more you can influence reality. Chat, you got to master your yeah, I be owing money. I'm trying to figure out a way not to owe these bitches. You know what I'm saying? That's what they don't be knowing. That's how you can know, nigga. Certain motherfuckers ain't really doing shit for real. They still waiting on tax time and shit. What the fuck you got going? And it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with waiting on taxes and shit like that. But I be owing money in tax. This is not a good time for me. Tax season. This shit ain't cool. I'm trying to go to somebody to help me owe less. Right? Number 6, master the observer effect. Right? Your awareness changes outcomes. Guys, this is major. Been owing their ass since 2018 for sure. Right? Master the observer effect, chat. This is a major one. The more conscious you are of your environment, timelines, and players, the more you can influence reality. Chat, you have to master the observer effect. What does that look like? If somebody trying to kill you and you don't have awareness of it, they can do it. If you have awareness, you can make it hard for them. Awareness changes outcomes. Pay attention to shit. Be aware of who's around you. Be aware of how people feel around you. Be aware of people's habits. Be aware of their tendencies. If you have awareness, you can start controlling things. In my home, in wherever I'm at, I'm aware to everybody's habits. I'm aware to the people's attitudes. I'm aware to the shit that they do, the time they come and leave. Awareness changes outcomes. I've been able to survive a lot of shit that was meant to destroy and kill me because I had awareness that it was some weird shit going on behind the scenes. If I was aloof to the shit, I wouldn't be sitting here in front of you. What's up, sweetie? Grand Risings. Right? Understand that. Your awareness changes outcomes. A lot of motherfuckers is dead right now because they didn't have awareness that a motherfucker wanted to knock their ass off. All right. Um, Number 7, recognize NPCs, hijack players, and control players. Chat. We're gonna tap in. We're gonna tap in with this, right? Later on today. So make sure y'all here. All right. Gotta be aware out here. Number 8, we already talked about it, but this is a major one. Protect your energy. Avoid energy drains, manipulative influences, low frequency distractions. This includes substances, toxic people, and societal traps. Guys, protect your energy out here, bro. I'm telling you, if you start to protect your energy, you will start to see you start winning more in life. Things that you want to happen gonna start happening. Your manifestations start falling through, but you gotta protect your energy. You got people out here who live to harness your energy, man. Who live to get a reaction out of you. You got people out here who live to do things to make you feel some type of way. There's somebody in your life who would love to hear you arguing and yelling on the phone. There's somebody in your life who love to see you snap out. They love that energy. Don't give it to them. Hold that. Next time you see a motherfucker in your face playing, you gotta understand. Oh, this is more than them. This is more than me being a pussy or whatever the fuck. Right? This a motherfucker trying to harness my energy. You gotta see the spirit. You can't just see the physical. You gotta see beyond the layers. You gotta see what's behind that motherfucker. It's a spirit, nigga. They trying to harness you. Real shit. Facts. I don't ask the questions or cause facts. They trying to harness your ass, man. Yeah, you can be. Um, Number 9, timing is everything. This is a big one, chat. Portals, loops, and cosmic alignments exist. Knowing when to act, shift, or manifest is crucial for maximum effect. Guys, a lot of y'all would have already been rich as fuck right now, right? And I just had some ideas hit my head. I'm putting them bitches in. I'm putting them bitches in motion today. I'm dropping some new types of content on YouTube for my YouTube people. Not only am I gonna drop um the messages, the quick messages, I'm about to start talking about current events because that idea came. Talk about the current events beyond the layers of them shits though. Right? So I'm about to start dropping content about everything that's going on in life right now because that idea hit my head. And I know that shit gonna bring me that cash. Guys, a lot of y'all would have been rich as fuck in this reality already if you would have just stuck to the idea as soon as you got it. My YouTube is J Originator. We about to hit 30K subs on YouTube, man. Shout out to YouTube for that monetization this year. Last year, that shit changed my life, right? But timing is everything, chat. You gotta goddamn go. When you get the idea, you gotta go with it. A lot of y'all done let people take your idea and start doing the shit that you were supposed to be doing in your city. Now they got a bag. You were supposed to be the party promoter in your city. You were supposed to be bringing all the artists. Now it's another nigga doing it. He pulling up in Rolls Royces and shit. You had the idea before him. Timing is everything. When your ideas come, I don't give a fuck if it's like, yo, something just say, man, get off your ass and start selling chicken sandwiches. Start selling chicken sandwiches at the gas station. Do it. That chicken, those chicken sandwiches gonna turn to a food truck. That food truck gonna turn to a chain of restaurants. I guarantee it. When that shit hit you, somebody say, how can I get the ideas to even come for real? Meditate, tap in. Lindsay, stick around. I'm gonna show you how you can get my books that help you tap into the Akashic record. For anybody that's trying to find out what they should be doing, I done wrote books on this shit. I'm gonna show you how you can get my books in a second. Right? Number 10. Codes and frequencies are tools. The matrix operates in numbers, symbols, and vibrations. Learn to speak the universal language. Guys, it's a reason why there's numbers on everything. It's a reason why. How old are you? That's a number. How tall are you? That's a number. How much do you weigh? That's a number. Where do you live? That's a number. How do I get in contact with you? Call your phone number. Blocks, zip codes, longitude, latitude, numbers, man. This reality is coded by numbers, guys. We live in a computer. That's why numbers are everywhere. Learn how to decode and speak that language. You can literally use numbers to manifest. Let's talk about that. Yo, shout out to everybody in here. Thank you to everybody that's tapping into my YouTube. I appreciate y'all locking in and running this live with me. Let's talk about my books, chat. Right? Shout out to everybody in here, man. Shout out to YouTube, shout out to TikTok. Um, make sure y'all see y'all later, man. We're gonna be doing this again, guys. Y'all know we roll now. We ain't been here in 3 days. I need my rest, but I'm a truck. I'm a consistent. We we bang this door down. This is my book, man, Decoding the Matrix. 111's in the chat. If you have this book and it's working for you, if this book is working for you right now, 111's in the chat right now. Let's see who all has it. Who got this book, chat? All right, so guys, this book right here will literally show you. All right, I see a lot of y'all. Eric, what's up, bro? I'm getting it. Okay, okay. One little watch. I got it. Yeah, you can get it in Neverlands. Charlotte, what's up, baby? All right, so I see a lot of y'all on YouTube saying y'all got it too. Um, this book has all the codes in it, man. Right? This book has all haven't started. I'm still on the codes. Yeah, use that code book. Learn how to use it. Now, this book will help you manifest anything you want. This book is only $50. I'm gonna show you how you can get it, and I'm gonna show you how you can get all four of my books when you purchase this one for free. All right, so you're gonna get like 150 value for the price of one book. You can get my whole catalog today for only 50. I'm gonna show you how you do that. But first, let me prove to you that these codes work. I don't want you to go into shit blind. So let's prove that these work. If you're in pain this morning, drop a one in the chat. We're gonna get rid of your pain using this pain code to show you that these numbers are the truth. All right. So if you're feeling some type of physical pain, whatever it may be, drop a one. Drop a one in the chat. We're gonna get rid of your pain to show you that this is the real deal. It's nothing like some good hibiscus and green tea in the morning. Get all that mucus out of you. Pollen and allergies is going wild. All right, let's try it, chat. So if you're in pain, what I want you to do, I want you to close your eyes, focus on your pain. All right, listen to me. Close your eyes and focus on your pain, right? If you're feeling something in your toe, your arm, whatever, focus on it. I'm gonna count to three. I'm gonna say one, two, three. I'm gonna go universe. Give us more power to manifest using this code. After I do that, I'm gonna say pain code. Then we're gonna keep repeating this number. We're gonna say 23 31 443. We're gonna repeat this number until the pain leaves your body. It's only gonna take a minute or two. All right, let's try it. One, two, Three, universe. Give us more power to manifest using this code. Pain code. 23, 31, 443. So right now you should be saying this code with me, chat. 23, 31, 443. 23, 31, 443. 23, 31, 443. 23, 31, 443. 23, 31, 443. 23, 31, 443. 23, 31, 443. So you should be saying this code with me, chat. You should be saying this code. If this pain has took your pain away, if this code has took your pain away, go ahead and write no pain in the chat. All right, go ahead and write no pain in the chat. Somebody said, holy, holy, holy body of light. See a lot of y'all writing no pain. Somebody said, yo. All right. Somebody said, what's the money code? You're going to have to buy the book, gang. Ain't shit free out here, especially not information. All right, so chat, let's tap in, right? Listen, this book got all the codes in it, all the money codes, all the pain codes, all the health codes, love codes, house, new car, all types of shit, all types of codes. Oh shit, hold on, my bad, chat. Somebody just ordered my book off the link. Chat, don't go buy it off the link yet. I'm gonna tell you how you can get it, how you can get all four of them for 50. If you go buy it off the link, you're gonna have to buy it separate, right? But shout out to whoever just bought the Akashic Records book off the link. Um, Now, this book is gonna give you all the codes, man. Anything that you're looking for, right? This book changed my life. I mean, the information, not the book. I wrote the book, but the information when I tapped into it, it changed my life, man. The best thing about this book is that it has hundreds and hundreds of codes. Let me show y'all, right? It has hundreds and hundreds of codes. But the best thing is my four powerful methods that I pulled out of Akashic Record. You can't find that anywhere. So this is the book. This is what it looks like. As you can see, it is definitely. Oh, y'all can't see it on YouTube. Hold on. Let me. My YouTube people can't see it. Yeah, this is the book though. So literally, hella codes in this book, man. All of this shit is codes, codes for days, money codes, all types of shit, business, um, man, getting sales, all types of shit, man, to help you, right? And you're gonna get that book for $50, right? And it's a guarantee this book is gonna help you. Now, when you purchase that book, not only are you gonna get that book, you're gonna get also get my other viral books as well, right? You're gonna also get my other viral books as well. Nah, for real, ain't nothing free. Ain't nothing free. You can't even die out there for free. That shit gonna cost somebody to bury your ass. Nigga can't even lead this bitch for free. Ain't nothing free in the Matrix. Everything requires an energy exchange in this reality. All right, not only are you gonna get that book, but you're gonna get the access in the Akashic Records book for anybody that says, yo, how do I tap into these ideas? How do I find out what I'm supposed to be doing? How do I find out these ideas? Boom. Tap into the Akashic Records. Steve Jobs, when he came up with the idea for Amazon, tapped into the Akashic Records, meditated. Elon Musk, always meditate, tap into the Akashic Records. When I came into the doing what I do, I tap in, bro. And this is how I get you this information, right? I just told you, the Akashic Records, right? Um, Also, you're gonna receive this book. Yo, if you don't want to buy the book, just shut the fuck up. It ain't for you, nigga. I ain't talking. I'm not talking to a nigga who ain't trying to buy shit. Shut the fuck up, man. I don't give a fuck what you need, nigga. If you don't need a book, why the fuck is you in here listening to me? Right? Unlocking your power with the use of nature. This book right here is gonna also help you unlock your spiritual gifts. All right, your chakras. All right. This is going to help you unlock your spiritual gifts for anybody that's going through spiritual torment or something like that. This is going to help you. This is going to show you how to sun gaze properly. It's going to show you how to moon gaze. It's going to show you how to ground and use yourself. Right? These are ebooks, chat. All right. And why are you even following me, gang? If the niggas don't need books and know everything, why the fuck is you following me for? That's what I'm saying. These niggas be so weird and just want to follow a nigga just to get a nigga attention. That's how you gotta know this shit ain't real. They just want a nigga attention so bad. And last but not least, anybody who's going through love issues, honey trap situations, this is a love spell book. This book, these love spells is passed down to me from like my great grandma. She's full blood Cuban. Right? So she understands Santeria. This is something that'll give you more knowledge in shit like that. It adds the frequencies and the codes. You should use it. This has helped a lot of people. Um, so how do you get these, man? You can get all four of these books right now for only $50, man. And this is how it works. This is how you do it. If you in the UK, these are ebooks now, chat. All right. So if you're in the UK, you can use PayPal or Revolut or anywhere outside of the United States. So Canada, UK, Australia, whatever, right? You can use PayPal, Revolut. If you are in the States, you can use Cash App, Venmo, Chime, Zelle, Revolut, um, and Apple Pay. All right. And how I do it is if you ready, I'm sending you the books now. I don't leave the live until everybody who orders receives, man. And this is how I've been doing it for 3 years. Everybody get their books. Once you get the email, you confirm that you received it, and that's how we do it. So if you want to get these books right now, if you $50 ready, drop a one in the chat. Now, if you don't want to get these books like that, if you don't want to get the $50 deal, you can go buy them separately by just clicking the link in my bio. All right, so you can grab these by clicking the link in my bio. So if you're ready, drop a one. All right, so Key, send me a DM with your payment method. K8 0L80. Send me a DM with the payment method. Mommy Shark, send me a DM with the payment method. Let's get y'all these books. All right, YouTube. If you want to get these books, come to TikTok and send me a DM. J Originator 111.